most wonderful time of the year. Okay, guys, it is officially Halloween time. It is October. Today is day 3 of my horror month. It is Aaron. I am glad to see you back, and I hope you enjoy what you've seen so far, and let's dive right in. Today I'm going to be talking about the film Eight-Legged Freaks. I got my notes. Let's go. So, Eight-Legged Freaks, released in 2002 on July 17th, directed by Elroy Elkiam. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I hope I am. So, starring David Arquette, Carrie Wooer, Scott Terra, Doug E. Doug, Scarlett Johansson, Rich Overton, Leon Rippey, Matt Shukri, I'm not sure on that one, I'm sorry, J. Arlen Jones, Eileen Ryan, and Riley Smith. So basically this film is about a bunch of spiders that are attacking a town, and it is awesome. So it's very much of a kind of reminds me of like a scary movie film, like the film Scary Movie. It's kind of spoofy, but it's also like it takes itself seriously within the world, and I love it for it. I think the casting was perfect with David Arquette because I do like David Arquette, but for those of you that have seen the Scream films, he does very good at the serious mixed with comedy, especially in horror films. So it works perfectly in this, as you'd expect it would. I was also really interested to see that this film it's more of a horror film. I mean, it's comedy, of course, but it's more of a horror film as opposed to a sci-fi film because it's about giant spiders. So they could have really gone either way on that one. But so yeah, that's like I said, it's really cool. There was it got pretty, I don't like, not really critically high results and high claim, that kind of thing, but I think it's become kind of a cult classic because there was actually a video game based off of it. I don't know anything about it, but it's interesting enough to, kind of point out there was a video game. People liked it that much, at least, or at least they thought people liked it that much. There was a canceled sequel that never did come out, but, I think that's probably okay because as much as I did enjoy this for what it was, I don't really think it was necessary to have a sequel, even if it would have been a silly, another silly sequel monster film just like this one. Like I said, it was kind of unnecessary, so I was fine with that. There's really not much a whole lot to say about the plot. It's huge. There's this Tom Noonan. He's the kind of the weird scientist dude, and big shock. I know that Tom Noonan's a weirdo, but the first time we see him, he's collecting bugs, and he's like making them bigger scientifically, and he lost one. Big shock again. You see that kind of crap in these horror films and sci-fi films all the time. Well, he loses one, and he's hanging out with this kid through the film, and then when he loses it, of course, the spiders come out and attack him, and they run amok and all that. Well, the kid comes to find out, like, oh my God, the spiders are gone. And he goes to tell everybody, and big shock again. No one believes him, except for David Arquette, like, kind of believes him. And then it's like, okay, well, then those two have to tell everybody. And Scarlett Johansson kind of is like, you guys are idiots, but I don't know. It's, like I said, no one believes it. Surprisingly enough, big shock until all of a sudden, guess what? There's big spiders coming around and, running amok and going crazy. And then it just kind of takes off from there. Really, the prior to, it gives a decent amount of, storyline and a decent amount of, we kind of get to know the characters pretty well. So that's really nice about it. But, then, of course, once the spiders come in and everything, frenzy breaks out and hijinks ensue, as you would expect from a, not necessarily low budget, even though it kind of was. The budget wasn't that high for it, but it's what you'd expect from like a B horror film. And like I said, they were really smart about it by making it kind of a B film, like the giant Gila monster is one I reviewed earlier. And it's like that. It's fun, there's really nothing too in depth with it, but there's also nothing wrong with it. It's like I said, David Arquette was a perfect fit. He's just kind of like how he is in the Scream. He's just kind of this goof, and but he's serious enough. There's a guy there, he's the DJ, and he kind of like, the whole time is explaining what's going on, and he's like, oh no, this crap isn't real, but he does this rant. I think it's like the first time we see him. He does this rant on anal probes. It's really, really funny. But he's just kind of the conspiracy theorist, kooky, but like doesn't really believe it all. Anyway. But yeah, like I said, it's a decent film for what it is. The I, the only thing, like, as far as critic that I can go really with being fair to it, like I said, the CGI when you get to when you get up close on the spiders isn't really that good. It's not anything to like get mad about, but it's just not. I've seen better and probably lower budget and or at the very least same budget as this film in other films. So it's nothing. It doesn't ruin the movie or anything like that. But it is what it is. It's kind of what you live with. But overall, it's for what it is. It's a good film. It's fun. It's funny. And it's decent action. It's nothing to write home about. But it's not bad. So that's what I think of it. Check it out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I definitely recommended at least watching it. But I would overall give it a 6 out of a 10 because I enjoyed it. I had a good time. But stay tuned for more because I got a whole bunch of movies coming up for you the rest of this month. Halloween, yay! Bye, guys.